Okay, we'll go ahead and get started, and then if anyone else joins, that is great. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the first session in our Vicon integration series. We're really excited to have Tobii Pro here with us today. So before we get going with the presentation, I just wanted to highlight the webinars that we have every Wednesday this month. So next week, we've got MoTech. The following, we're doing our industry panel series, the Educating the Next MoCap Generation in VFX. And then on the 28th, we'll have Thea Markerless with us to present on that integration. So you can register for all of those at vicon.com/events. Also make sure to follow our social channels because I'll be posting about upcoming sessions and more engagements there. So the Q&A section is open. Please feel free to submit your questions and I'll be reviewing those. We'll have a poll for you here in a bit. We're live on YouTube, so you can find that stream after on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Vicon, and it'll also be emailed to you in a recording tomorrow. So with that being said, I will go ahead and hand it over to Kim.
Welcome everyone. So welcome to the joint Tobii Pro and Vicon integration webinar. I'm Dr. Kim Duffy, the Life Sciences Product Manager for Vicon, and joining us today is Matthias Berland, the Product Manager for Tobii Pro Glasses Free. So the agenda for today is really for Matthias to introduce who Tobii Pro are, for those of you who are not familiar with this eye tracking solution. Talk about the various offerings and verticals that they have. And then we're going to then be talking about the motion capture within the integration and showcase a demo within Tobii software itself and then within Vicon Nexus. So over to you, Matthias.
Yes. So hi everyone, and thanks to Vicon for having us from Tobii Pro and me. So yeah, my name is Matthias, and I'm product manager for Tobii Pro Glasses Free. Yeah, so we'll start off talking a bit about Tobii Pro and then going into the Glasses Free solution, and then we're going on to the Nexus integration. Let's see if it works here to control the screen. Yes. Okay, so Tobii Pro, we are the world leaders in eye tracking solutions for understanding human behavior. We are headquartered in Stockholm, but we have a global presence with offices in US, Japan, China, Singapore, and account managers spread out over the world. So we're a very global company. So what we do is that we provide eye tracking hardware and analysis software, and also research consulting to like a wide spread of customers. We have more than 2,500 academic and 3,500 commercial customers that use our technology to understand human behavior. And we have our like three main segments that we have customers within. And so it's a scientific research segment where we focus on empowering academics and professionals with eye tracking solutions for research and innovation. And then we have the marketing and user research segment, where we focus on empowering businesses to shape their customer experience based on unbiased insights into human behavior. So by truly understanding your users, you can build better experiences and products. And the last segment is the professional performance, as we call it. It's about empowering organizations to continuously improve human performance, productivity, and safety by using eye tracking. And so it's kind of a wide area, but eye tracking has a lot of applications because, everyone uses their eyes to see. Most people use eyes to see, and then there's a lot of great insights you can take from that and improve your organization. And in the scientific research segment, these are some of the sub segments that we target. Where we have the largest amount of users. So just to give you an overview of what people use eye tracking for, it's like psychology research, medical and neuroscience research, language and reading, engineering and technology, a lot of like UX testing or like ergonomics testing and human-computer interaction testing, learning and education research. And then we also have like the academic part of marketing research and UX research. And for in the professional performance segment, we have like three sub-segments also that we target, which are like human performance, which is about individual and team performance, improving that by understanding human behavior. So it can be like pilots flying a plane, or driving cars, or all kinds of different tasks where the performance is important for the outcome. We also have the productivity and quality, which is about increasing productivity and quality by seeing your operations through the eyes of the workers. So by understanding what's really going on, you can optimize your processes and training procedures. And then the safety and risk assessment, which is about improving your workplace safety by identifying risks and underlying causes of human errors. So this was just into all these different sub-segments, we have a kind of wide portfolio of eye tracking solutions. We have screen-based solutions. We have like for different purposes. We have the wearable eye trackers. We have the analysis software. We also have webcam-based solutions. So we have a wide portfolio of different offerings to serve all these different use cases and these sub-segments. But now I'll go through into one of the main parts here today about Tobii Pro Glasses Free. And so Tobii Pro Glasses Free were introduced last year, and it's our latest and greatest when it comes to design and performance of wearable eye tracking. As some of you may know, this is our third generation of wearable eye tracker. We have been selling the wearable eye tracking glasses for more than 10 years now. And we have a lot of customers using our technology. So we have more than 4,000 users of Tobii wearable eye tracking globally. And we have always continued to build on the strengths of previous iterations to improve further. And since we serve a lot of customers in a lot of different fields, and we learn a lot from our customers and what is important to be successful in eye tracking when they use eye tracking. And we kind of brought this feedback into the development of Glasses Free. And I mean, we continue to strive to perfect wearable eye tracking technology and make it as useful as possible for our customers. So we'll now just look at a brief introduction video about the glasses. So it's focusing a bit on the design and the different components of the glasses. So eye tracking technology and wearable eye tracking technology works like you have a scene camera that films the environment, and then you have eye cameras that are filming the eye, and also illuminators that illuminates the eye so that eye cameras can capture and see the glints on the pupils. So when we design this, we can really focus on improving from the Glasses 2 and to make the field of view from the wearer's perspective to be as good as possible, to be as large as possible, to don't have any distractions. Yes, so the glasses are, so the system overview kind of the glasses, as you saw in this video, it includes the head unit, which is what you put on your head, and what tracks the eyes. It has the components to track the eye. And this we have in, you can get it in 50 Hertz eye tracking or 100 Hertz eye tracking. Then the system also includes a recording unit that you can, have wireless or cabled connected. And this includes like a SD card, so you can store all the data on it, and it performs the eye tracking processing. So with the system, if you have the wireless edition, then it's a completely wearable system that you can just yeah, bring out into the world in any situation that you want to track. And to control the glasses, we have a controller app that is available on Windows and Android devices. And with this app, you can see live view, you can calibrate and start recording and stop recording, and also replay the video. And together with this, we also have a Pro Glasses free API. I will go talk about that a little bit more later. And it's also we also have a separate offering that is a Pro Lab analyzer software, which is designed and meant for more advanced analysis of the eye tracking data. So it's something that you can use if you want to dig deeper into the eye tracking part. And with the with the glasses free, we really focused when we developed this. We really focused on allowing it for real human behavior, providing like results you can rely upon, track a large percentage of the population in more environments, make it useful in more environments. And so when we did this, we decided we continue to develop on the strongholds of what made Pro Glasses 2 a great product. So we kept the use of our patented 3D eye model and the position of the eye cameras, because this enables us to do like really good accuracy and precision, have a really good slippage compensation, and a persistent calibration. And this enables like a robust and consistent eye tracking data throughout the recording, even if the glasses move on your head, or if you take on the glasses, put them back on, you still have a persistent calibration. And all this means that you can really rely on the results you get. The glasses free are also designed to capture real behavior. They're built to be non-intrusive to the wearer's field of view. And the combination of that non-intrusiveness with the not like having really good eye tracking data has been a real focus for us in the development here. And I mean, to have the non-intrusiveness and the discrete design of the glasses, that is beneficial because you get people to behave more naturally when they are wearing something that feels more like a regular pair of glasses, and not as a piece of technology that is more like a lab or researchy. So we really focused the design to be discreet and make it comfortable to wear for the participant. And with this design, we also we wanted to capture more of what is happening in the wider areas of the peripheral view. So we increased the scene camera field of view. So it's now like a 160-degree diagonal field of view. And this is relevant in cases where, for example, like driving or sports research, when you have things that are happening in larger out in the field of view that you want to capture in the scene camera also. So this was an improvement that we made from the glasses 2. And going a bit, so with the background of that, we built this product to take the good from the glasses 2 and innovate to become, to innovate on the design part. A key innovation here was the lens design that we did. And a truly unique thing that we put a lot of effort into was to integrate the eye cameras and the illuminators into the actual lens. So we have all the technology is kind of molded into the lenses. And what this enables is to have the cameras and the illuminators in the positions that we want them to have to do good eye tracking, while having this non-intrusive view from the wearer. So it doesn't affect the wearer as the glasses 2 could do. So the glasses 2 had these bows, or the fork, as we called it, that could in some cases be intrusive to the wearer. For example, like a mobile phone status, or when you perform tasks that was low down, and then this could be in the field of view. But that has been improved now with the glasses free. So a brief overview then of what the different parts of Glasses Free. I talked about most of them, but some things are also that we have the MEMS sensors, which we have now a magnetometer, as well as the accelerometer and gyroscope available in there, together with a microphone. And also we have these like changeable nose pads to make it fit to different faces. So allowing more people to be able to wear the glasses. So going on a little bit to enable motion capture, we have developed a motion capture marker accessory. And this basically accessories on like the holders and the reflective markers. And this mounts directly onto the Pro Glasses Free, the accessory attachment on the sides. So they're like screwed on there. And this is offered as an accessory for the Glasses Free if you want to use it together with like the Vicon system. And these are available in 2 different marker sets, but it's 4 unique combinations possible. So you have the option to use, you can use 1 pair in one system, but you can also use up to 4 unique glasses in the same system. Vicon has built support for the 2 standard marker sets directly, but they can add if you want to do really many, they can add it. You should reach out to them. And another thing that is available now at the Glasses Free is the corrective lenses together with the motion capture markers. This is an improvement that we made from Glasses 2. So now the corrective lenses are placed on the inside of the Glasses Free of the lens, and the motion capture markers are on the outside. So you can use them together, which is great because it enables more people to be eye tracked together with the glasses. And these are available in different diopters, as you see here. And also just briefly about the Glasses Free API. So it's a free application programming interface that you can use for creation of solutions that work with the Glasses Free. It's based on a lot of like standard protocols we designed to make. This is new compared to Glasses 2. So we focus now on making like a lot of standard protocols to make it easy to work with. And you can both do live control and post-session applications. So it's platform and language independent. With the HTTP REST API and WebSocket, you get full access and control of the Glasses Free system in live setups. And you can calibrate start to stop recordings, etc. With the WebRTC and the RTSP stream, you can stream live video with gaze, so the scene camera together with the gaze data. If you're interested in learning more about the capabilities here, I would encourage you to go to our website and click through to the Glasses Free API. We also have a webinar there you can look about it. Yes, so now we have planned to show just a quick demo of the glasses part, just showing the controller, just giving you an idea what it looks like to see through the eyes of the wearer for the Glasses Free. So Kim should try to share the screen from. See if it gets up there. Yeah. All right. So now we're streaming live from the Vicon studio. So, I mean, the gaze circle that you see, it's what the person is focusing on. And the scene camera, yeah, you see the scene camera field of view. So the controller app just gets it possible to just connect it to the Glasses Free recording unit and the system, and then you can go in here. You can start a new recording. So if you enter the name, and then you do our quick our one point calibration. So if we get the marker up in the field of view, calibration marker. Do we have that or? Yeah, so I need to get a bit closer, a bit within that. Let's see if we get close enough. Yeah. Okay, great. So now you see the calibration flow, very simple. It's just a 1-point calibration, and then we can now we could start a recording where the person could perform their task, and then we could watch a video directly afterwards, or import it into ProLab Analyzer, for example, if we just understand what's in the video and what the person has seen. Yes, so that was just a quick understanding of how the controller looks and what it looks like to see from the eyes, through the eyes of someone else, basically. And now Kim will talk more about the Vicon integration with Glasses 3.
So the first thing I want to talk about is why would you integrate eye tracking with motion capture? What is the point? So both eye tracking and motion capture technologies are frequently used in many verticals. We've seen many examples already from Tobii Pro with Matthias talking about the life science, human science application. We've also got the engineering component in terms of ergonomics. But typically for a very long time, both technologies were captured in separate softwares. And that provides quite a big challenge in terms of how you combine separate data acquisition technologies. So how do you combine motion capture and eye tracking? How do you reliably sync the devices so that data can be either recorded at the same time or precisely aligned afterwards? So accurate synchronization of different data streams is crucial for time critical analysis of data and for relating the different data streams. At Vicon, we provide eye tracking integration with motion capture within our life sciences market, which is within Vicon Nexus, but we also integrate within our engineering side, which is our software called Tracker. The benefit of having different modalities in one software means that you can have all that data together. So you're able to display within real time, ensure it's labeled, synced, which helps overcome the issues I previously described. So by measuring both eye and body movement simultaneously, it does offer a greater potential for investigating cross-modal interactions in human behavior. So what I'm going to do now is showcase some of the Vicon customers' examples of how they are combining optical and eye tracker data together. All the examples I'm showing today are Vicon Nexus. So these are our life sciences application. The first video here is an example of Ericsson Research Center, and what they are looking at is investigating the behavior of motion and eye with respect to people with hearing impairments. So how people with hearing impairments, how do they listen in different situations? This video has no sound, so it's all subtitles, by the way. So the next example I want to talk about is Galvian. So Galvian, they have a lab that's led by Dr. Brian Higginson. And what they are interested in doing is using eye tracking and motion capture to quantify shooting performance with visual augmentation systems they are developing. So some of the research questions they are interested in is, what effect do visual distractions have during a room and building clearance on time and attention? What level of synergy is there between the point of aim and also the point of gaze? And do these levels affect performance during a room clearance task? And you can see from the video here that this research team are not only interested in looking at optical and eye tracking data, but they're also interested in other data modalities within the same software solution. So they're also capturing video data, they've got this overlaid, they've also got EMG data. So as Matthias mentioned earlier, the primary aim of this webinar is really to introduce the latest and greatest eye tracking solution offering, which is Pro Glasses Free. Pro Glasses Free was introduced into the Vicon Nexus platform for Vicon Nexus 212, and this is available directly within the Vicon installer under our digital devices. And you can see from this image that not only do we offer the Pro Glasses 2 here, but we also offer the Pro Glasses Free. So both of those could be integrated at the same time if you choose. We can connect up to four Tobii Pro Glasses free within the system. And the information we provide is the same data outputs with respect to the Glasses 2 and the Glasses 3. And you can see here we've got various components that we can stream in real time and capture during a trial. So the things you can capture are, you can see here that we've got the left eye and right eye. So this is the X, Y, Z position of the eye with respect to the origin of the glasses segment, scene camera, the diameter of the pupil. We have the left and right gaze, which is a 3-component vector specifying the direction of the gaze for the eye. And then finally, we have the gaze position, which is the calculated point of focus for the combined gaze with respect to the origin of the glasses segment scene camera. The other thing that we provide within our Nexus offering is you can see we have a visual representation of the eyeballs within respect to the glasses segment, and we provide the vector. So what I'm going to do now is, again, we're going to share back to our lab screen so we can actually showcase what this looks like within Nexus. So first thing we want to do is ensure that the eye tracking is calibrated. So before we even get to that point, how do you add it into Nexus? So you can see that we've got our system tree on the left-hand side, and then at devices, if you right-click, and then add digital device, and you can see it's listed there. We don't need to do that process because we've already done it. In our today's example, this is connected via wireless, but we can connect via Ethernet as well. Our unit is 100 Hertz eye tracking unit, and because we have a sample 100 Hertz sampling rate, we could change it to 50 or 100. Today we are streaming at 50 Hertz, which is the default capture rate. So the first thing we want to do once the system is connected is we want to calibrate the eye tracker. So we don't need to do this within the Tobii software, we can do it directly within Nexus. So Jacques, do you want to go ahead and calibrate? So you can see from the camera, again, it's the same circle card. We just hit calibrate, so it's positioned less than 1 meter away from the subject, and it takes less than 3 seconds to calibrate. And you can see that we've got a calibration status that says calibrate. Now that we've calibrated the eye tracker, what we want to do is ensure that the eye tracker is labeled. In order to do that, we add in the VST for the subject. So we've already done this, but what we'll do is quickly showcase how that is done. So add in a new subject under previous label template. And as you can see, we've got 2 VSTs. And as Matthias said earlier, these 2 different variations that you could do. So if you have more than one, you'd have one set up for the first one and then the other. The default we've got right now is the V1. Then what we're going to do is enable the vector gaze. So what we do is using the segment name, once we apply that information under the Tobii Glasses device, we'll then get a gaze vector and the eyeballs visualizing within Nexus, like so. So what we can see is the movement. So if you just move that target left and right, perfect, and up and down, what we're getting is a stream in. And Jack, can you just, yeah. So you can see we're getting the real-time stream. Now, you will notice there is some gaps in the data, and that is to be expected. One of the good things that the Tobii Pro Glasses 3 is very good at is understanding when the eye is closed or blinking. So Al, do you mind closing your eyes, please? So now you can see we're getting no information. Now, if you open them again, perfect, and it comes back in. So this is a really great way to ensure that you're getting proper data, your eye tracker is correctly aligned. And now what we're wanting to do is do an actual sporting movement. So Al used to be a professional golfer, so we're going to be not judging you on your golf swing, but we're expecting some good things. So if you want to take that away and we can do a golf swing.
Okay.
Thank you, Al. So what we could do then, now we could reload that trial in and again, label it, run it through, look at the data, and then do further analysis. So when we apply the kinematic fit, we then do get the visualization with the data. So you can see here of where he is looking with respect to the ball and the club. And then if you put the graph view on as well, perfect. So we're seeing all that data going through. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, sure. So that's all of us to say thank you for listening to the talk. We're really glad we've been given that opportunity to be able to present not only the Vicon side, but the Tobii Pro in terms of the integration and the great eye tracking solution they have. And we're happy to take any questions that you have. Okay, so we've got 2 questions so far in the chat that are open. The first one is from Gillian Weir, which is what is the maximum rate? So this is correct. The maximum rate is 100 Hertz for the eye tracker. Okay, the next question is, in the video, it seemed like they were using Tobii Glasses 2. Does this mean that Nexus also works for customers who have a previous version of glasses? Are there any differences, such as calibration or others? Great question. So it is correct. We can integrate within the Glasses 2. We have done previously within our own lab, capture both Glasses 2 and Glasses 3 at the same time. So it's the same connection process as you've just seen here today. Add in the digital device. The only thing that's slightly different between the Pro Glasses 2 and Pro Glasses 3 is the calibration is slightly longer with the Pro Glasses 2 compared to the 3. But it's the exact same process, and you get the same data outputs between the two versions. So if you wanted to do comparisons between the two, that is possible. Do you want to answer the next one, Matthias?
Yeah, so is the gaze data affected in case one or some of the glasses markers have caps on the recordings? With the glass markers, I assume you mean the reflective markers in the system. So I interpret as is the gaze data affected if the motion tracker uses tracking of the glasses? But yeah, it's not. I mean, the glasses capture the data itself, and I was like, I mean, if the markers are lost in the gaps in the recording from the motion capture side, you'll still get the gaze data there. Correct, right, Kim?
Yeah. That's absolutely correct. So they're both two different sources types. So the only thing it will affect if you get occlusions on the marker is the tracking of the head segment of the glasses itself, as opposed to the data of the eye.
Yeah. And then let's take the next question here also, since it was about is the blink identification also available on glasses 2? So, I mean, the eye tracking data stream is similar. So in that terms, the blink identification is the same from the glasses point of view, at least. I don't know if it's the same in your software stream or so.
It's slightly different in the software. So with the Pro Glasses 2, you do get like dropouts in terms of the streaming. So it's more consistent with the Pro Glasses 3 in terms of you just get that clear gap. Whereas what you'll notice with the Glasses 2 is it will turn grey, the device, and then come back in when it sees the data. So it has to see the eye in order to stream the data.
Yeah.
So the next one is it needed to run the Tobii software in parallel, or can Nexus run the Tobii glasses on its own? Yes, it can. So you could run them both together if you were interested. Say if you wanted to save data on the SD card as well and have the scene video camera within the Tobii software. But if you're only interested in the optical and eye tracking data in Nexus, you simply launch Nexus and connect the data, and you don't need to use the Tobii software. I think the next question's for you, Matthias.
Yes. So it's about can the glasses be used outside? And that's a good question. Normally, it can be dependent on what the light conditions are. I mean, if it's very bright sun, it can affect eye tracking performance. Usually it's proven to work good when it's a bit like cloudy outside, for example. So it depends a little bit on the case. Usually I would say that, I mean, you could, for example, maybe combine it with some cap to make it, to limit the amount of light that gets into the eyes, because it can affect the kind of the illumination of the eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna launch a poll just because we're interested in. So if you happily answer these questions, that would be great. And then if anyone's got any more questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
I think we have one question in the chat. What has been your favorite your favorite use of eye tracking that you've seen?
For me, I think, I mean, in general, it's I mean, it's kind of amazing when you can understand that. I mean, we use our eyes all the time. It's like we do a lot of, like, you can, with eye tracking, you can capture a lot of subconscious behavior. You don't know what you look at when you do things. I mean, imagine you just do do a task, you do a sports, you play sports. I mean, you don't think all about, you look at a lot of things, but you don't really think about what you look at. And so it's like, I mean, with sports, it's kind of a simple example because you can also understand the true difference between the experts and those like are professionals. You can see the difference in how their eyes behave. You can see that they have trained their eyes to be very like focused, and towards like the more novice amateurs, usually a lot like more flattering eye movements, like they can't focus in the same way. And for example, we have a great video with Formula One. You can watch it on YouTube. So you search for like eye tracking Formula One, where Nico Hulkenberg drives Formula One car with eye tracking. I think that's kind of really shows what's going on inside of Formula One cars. It's pretty amazing. But I mean, in general, it's just, I mean, a lot of cool use cases where so many different applications with eye tracking. So it's all about like, are you trying to understand? What are you trying to improve? Was it another?
Yeah, so we've got another 3 questions. So the first one is, do contact lenses work as well with the glasses?
Usually, yes, it works. It can depend if you have a special lenses, but normal lenses should work fine. You should wear them when you calibrate, but normally it works good.
Okay, the next question I think is more on my side. So some VR headsets have integrated Tobii eye tracking. Can these eye tracking data be streamed into Vicon Nexus? And not currently. So we can integrate VR headsets, but we are not currently doing any that involve the eye tracking within Nexus.
So the question about, are there ways to trigger events based on viewing specific objects? Like, can I have a flag or trigger when a subject looks at a ball, for example?
So that there's different ways you could do that in terms of triggering. So you could have a trigger from our lock as a way of like giving an impulse trigger. The other way you could do it is using a thing called a monitor. So if you had something that a piece of information or a device that you look at an event, or say you've got a trigger, and that will then start the capture, so you've got it from there. So there's various different ways. If you're interested in that, if you send me a separate chat, I can give you more details on how to use monitors for triggering. The next question is, do the glasses provide reliable data during running or fast walking?
Yes, so this is one part, like where, I mean, this kind of slippage compensation and our dual eye cameras per eye comes into play to give you good data while moving. We do a lot of our studies that our customers do, or we do in a research consult, is when people are walking. When you're running, I mean, it could be good to put them, like, to use the headband to avoid them going too much up and down, because you still need to be able to see the eyes from the camera, and also to limit the movement of the scene camera if you're interested in that video. But usually it's fine. We have running examples where you can see with good performance where people are looking when they're running.
And the last question we have is integration of Tobii glasses also planned for Shogun? Currently, no. However, never say never. It's something I can speak to our entertainment product manager about.
I'm not sure if you already addressed this one, but I just posted one in the chat to you guys too from YouTube.
So is the software able to accommodate eye tracker slips or shifts? I mean, from the eye tracking side, we automatically do slippage compensation. To maintain that accuracy. If the eye tracker moves or like shakes on the head of the participant. I don't know if there's any other things that you could do in Nexus or.
No, if it's handled within Tobii, we get the same information that within this Tobii software. Great, I think that is the last question we've had. So what we'll do now is just show our final slide. So for those of you that want more information from Tobii Pro or Vicon, here are our information details. Please feel free to contact either of us. We'd be happy to share more information.
All right, awesome. So if there's no more questions, you can find us on these channels. This presentation is now on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Vicon. And like I said, you can register for all the future sessions every Wednesday in April at vicon.com/events. All right, we'll see you guys next time.